match in the last 16. Darkfin and Stenek is playing. What do you think about the match? I mean, it's maybe the strongest setup, or for me it is the strongest setup in the last 16, and you're two very strong players. You have won many matches, played many tournaments, won tournaments. What do you think? Do you have any strategy other than trusting your skills and your dice?
No, not especially. It will be a tough match, and I guess the only thing that makes it a bit more easy is that you don't have to kind of do different things for your against your opponent compared to when you're playing weaker players. So you can just do what you think is best all the time.
What do you think about having the heart rate monitor and that people out there actually can see when you get kind of excited about a position and you have a big cube or whatever, hit a slot or have a shot or whatever? Is that something that you think will affect you during the match, that people will see your heart rate going up and down, or do you think you will just stay calm and have a steady heart rate?
I don't think it will affect me during the first round. I tried this in a match before yesterday, and my heart rate was surprisingly high all the time. But I'll see if it's the same today.
And you, Stenek, what do you think about this match? Is this going to be the toughest match so far in the tournament, or how do you see it?
Yeah, definitely it will be. I played Duckfin last year here in Super Jackpot, and it was very tough and very close match. So I hope it will not get into the MP, because then there might be a chance my heart rate could be a little bit higher than usual. So I hope we will avoid the MPs.
But I would just say good luck to both of you, and play a very, very exciting match for the audience. I will do the commentary together with Christian, who just lost his match to Orlovsky. He agreed to add a few comments to the match as well. Maybe he has something he needs to get rid of, and needs to, whatever, comment on what we think of your mistakes. We are not doing it with XG, so I know you're two very strong players, and we'll hope we can find a few things, but maybe we will be the ones who are wrong. But good match to both of you, and enjoy the game. And you have a tough schedule tonight, or at least one of you do, because you have another match later tonight. So go and find your seat and play the match. Good luck.
Thank you.
And now you have the right microphones. We're going to have one each.
So
The match.
Yeah. Are we online now? Okay. Hello? Can you hear us? And we're streaming as we speak now? Okay. I guess here we are. The players are getting ready. As we can see their heart rates, they're both a little bit nervous. Stenek's heart rate is 100 right now, and Darkfin is 104. It was actually a little bit higher before, but it's gone down, maybe because they're sitting down now, but at least it's significantly higher than their resting pulse heart rate. So
maybe actually they felt a little bit uncomfortable about the interviews, and now they are in there own office again, the backgammon board, and now it's falling. But then again, he looks like he has a high heart rate. He's of course very tall. Can that affect his heart rate?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I just, as you know, came out of the match with Orlovsky, and I don't know if it was because I was wearing this device here, the sensor, that I maybe paid a little bit more attention to my heart rate than what I normally do, and I felt that it was higher in the beginning, the first two games. Then I kind of settled into the match. Maybe we'll see the same for these two players.
Yeah, but now they started, and a normal start of the game, and now he has the decision already if he should make the bar point or the 5 point, but the 5 point is clear. It nearly always is,
and
even
the
though
6-4 is duplicated very strongly, so it's even more clear for that reason.
And I guess you have to hit here with the ace.
I just
You
didn't come
strip
down.
it.
That's my play, but
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I don't think you have any better force. 8-4 kills a checker, and coming out to the bar point gives him good 6. So for me, this is clear.
And he fans. So what now? Is he already considering? It tends to be a little early for the cube, I think.
I think he is also missing one more improvement, but it's getting close. The 5 point is very big for red here, so it's obviously a take. But I would probably try and sneak in a minor improvement before I cube this.
Make the 5 point, and then a question. I think you need to play to the 8 point. I mean, of course, you don't want to stack them, but also you don't want to be hit.
Yeah, of course. I think this is also a clear play. What's this, 15 hitters or something? I think that's an overplay.
Yeah. The upside of this one is, of course, he's not stacking it, but and he kind of survives the hit. Yeah. So what now? We're still no double, I would say. Yeah.
No cube.
They are actually nearly equal. White is a little better, but not much.
This is an interesting play. Come out or make the 4 prime.
Both are strong plays.
I'm not sure actually.
I think it's a good idea to at least stop up and look at both of them. They play quite fast, and of course, when the white checkers is down on the 24 and the 22 point, he's not so exposed to an attack, even though there are many in the zone.
I think he made the right play, but yeah.
5-3. Now you need to play from the midpoint.
Yeah. As Trabi says, the midpoint is just builders. The heart rates are still up there.
Yeah, they are at about 100. That's quite high pulse, I would say.
Yeah, significantly. Now the tables are turning. The red's advantage here. I think we have it.
Do you switch? I think you could consider switching. You have to. You have to switch.
I agree.
I think here.
I think an entry is
the entry is a market loser unless he points on you or something in the sequence. But if you enter, I think that could be.
I would cube this and let white sweat it out.
Yeah.
That would be my play. I don't really know what to take.
That's the thing you can think about. You can
probably take a better board up in the race and reds on the bar against the 4 points. So many things can go right for white here, but I like the cube.
To make the cube decision, you can just try to walk to the other side and say for sure, do I want to take this? And it's not like you love it, but I agree it's the take. Yeah. Now the question: do you split? No, there's no really nothing to gain by splitting these. Wow.
There's a point, but that's not really what White was trying to achieve here.
Look at Stenik's pulse now. It's 110. It was 115 before. So
Yeah, it's gone up for both players actually.
yeah.
They both find it mildly entertaining.
Wow, 112. That's nearly like when I'm running. I was running this morning, so it's getting in that area. Okay, not that fast, but
6-5.
it's forced. And he'll hit and just make. Yeah, take another builder down. So now Stenik got the best start of the match and the game, and he's just trying to see if he can squeeze a gammon out of this somehow. Bring down another builder, I would guess. To the 6.
6 or something.
Yeah, 13-6 would be a good choice.
Diversify the numbers. Why not give him 2 in fly shots? Fly shot is pretty bad here because White buys some time to come home, saving the G in the game.
Making the 3-point is also important. That always gives you a chance. He's ahead in the race, so
a good, really good shot for White here.
I think you still put builders in place to be ready when he jumps with 1. If he rolls double 6, it's I think why not play to maybe to the 8 and then to 4, or going forward with the.
Just come in on the 6 here. It's not a big thing.
It's no big thing. You could also just play to 16. That's also a quiet play, I would say.
That's also a decent play, a very good play maybe.
But it's not a play that is worth using a lot of time on.
Red would like to hang back as much as possible here and see if
That's stopped now.
That's not possible with this.
But with that one, you don't want to open all the points. You probably will just make the ace point.
Yeah. What else? Is there really?
The slotting the 2-point is the other one, but if he runs, then you might be. He does have a 5-point on the other side. So I tend to think that making the point, even though you have 1 builder less, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's probably not that big a difference.
I would definitely make the ace because we know we're going to hit loose if he runs with the 6,
Yeah.
and then it's not nice to. That's White's best shot right now.
And exactly, this is what happened. And now he needs to hit, or he would prefer to hit. That's. I'm not 100% sure. At least you have the option. One is the switching play. The other one is just to make the 2-point and hope he doesn't roll a 6. But the switching play, that gives you some race also.
Yeah, it stalls White the 16 numbers where White does not come in. Then you're really happy for this play because the race is pretty close. I don't have it right now, but it looks very close. So I think it's big to stall White.
Yeah. It's funny to see. If you look at the other streaming table, you can see all of them actually have a pulse now that is 100 and above. At some point now it dropped a little. Wow, was that double 6 he ended with?
Yeah. So now we are looking at a 4 cube in a minute here.
Yeah.
So what happened to the pulse? Not much really.
Not much. It's a cube and a pass. Yeah, I have not counted, but I guess it's a pass.
I guess they must have had the race.
But I think it was obvious he was behind like more than 10, 15 pips or something like that.
I guess they knew the race since they made the decision so fast. I would, if I didn't have the race,
You would count.
I would have counted it because it looked like the pips that Red were trailing was because White had buried some checkers.
It's funny to see Darkfin now. His pulse went to 120.
Yeah. He just
And he forgot to put the score on also, but he put it of course on the sheet. But
Yeah.
Stenik will remind him. But it's funny to see the one winning actually
Gets nervous.
is getting more nervous about it.
Yeah. I recognize that from other sports.
And
The guy who's leading is the guy who has the most to lose. And that's, in my opinion, if you're very close to winning. I think, for instance, in tennis, if you have a match point or a set point or whatever, you're the guy winning and you have everything to lose. And I think there's more
you
pressure on
get
that
you
guy.
nervous. I don't know what to call gummiarm in English, but
Choking.
yeah. when you cannot get the last point or whatever in the sports.
Yeah, that's choking.
You played a lot of golf. Do you have something similar in golf that you to like this, where I mean, you must it's also about being stable and being
Golf
calm
is very
and so
much
on.
about being in control of your emotions, and it's such a difficult, tricky game that the human body is not really designed to play, and so many things can go wrong. And if you're not in full control of your heart rate and your body, then it's not possible to play golf at a high level. And I think that's a big challenge. I guess it must be the same in darts and billiards and other sports where
you need
have
to
all the
control your
time in the
movements.
world to think all the wrong thoughts.
Yeah. And a lot of psychology involved, and also controlling a very, very tiny details in your movements.
Yeah. So this is, I think, theoretically, backgammon should be much easier to play when you're nervous than, for instance, golf or billiards or whatever.
Yeah.
Because here you are, you have the time and to do all the right thoughts, but it is still very easy to become so nervous that you kind of rush and don't complete all your analysis before you make your plays.
So do we have a cube now? He just rolled a very nice double 4, and now he fans with 2. I think this is definitely a monster cube.
Monster cube. I think you still have to take it.
Yeah, but you don't like. I mean,
no, you don't like.
It's not something you love to take. But I
like
agree.
Only 8 checkers in the zone and a 2-point board, and but clear cube, and I would also say clear take. Are they playing to 15 here, or shouldn't it be 17? No, 15?
No, it's 15.
Okay.
So Darkwing is thinking.
I'm not so familiar with the pace that they normally play in. Are they deliberate players or more fast-paced players, these two guys?
I think they're quite normal. They are not slow players for sure. I would not say that they are slow players.
Just trying to be careful here, going through the numbers maybe. This is not the sort of position I would spend a lot of time on. I just, 2 on the roof, you have all the advantages, I would just chip it and then not burn too much time on it.
6-2.
Down with 2.
Yeah.
Maximize the amount of ammunition and the number of plays that make the 5-point, or that's, I think is very clear. You need to bring in more ammunition.
Yeah, that's where the 2 gives you the most value, so to speak. I mean, and you're not only double 5 can really hurt you. I mean, and not.
So let's see.
He fans with one of them, and now he will probably make a point somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the 5-point. That's the one you like the most.
A 2 from Stenek would be huge here. And
Double 1, that's also a good one.
Yeah.
So that was a fast 3 once, and now he's considering the last one. I guess he needs to make the point.
I would just anchor here.
Yeah, make the anchor. Yeah.
That is super joker, and will for now.
He's back in the game now, so to speak. I mean, he will probably make the bar point in the next roll.
Yeah, white.
Yeah. And then you have a priming battle. There was a decision there, or maybe not. Do you step out? I think so.
I would come out with the 5, and then I would say the 6s are a little bit duplicated.
Yeah.
It's not like red is urge.
6-2, 6-3, you hit on 6-4 run. 4-1, you hit and come down.
Yeah, I agree.
No doubt about that. And hoping that you're not hit back and you can counter prime. A hit is big here. He fans, so now he is actually back in the game.
Yeah.
5 prime.
Red has a small advantage, but it's not super big.
And he jumps. That was a good roll.
That's a joker. Or maybe not a. It's a good roll. Maybe not a joker. A good roll. That is also very big. Putting red or white behind the prime again.
Double 2. What he really likes is, of course, the 8-point, but he cannot slot it because, I mean, it's too dangerous to get hit. It leaves too many shots.
I think this is tricky play. I would probably come up to the edge of the prime
Yeah, I agree.
with the second deuce, and then maybe safety a blot because it's really
Yeah,
it hurts
I
a
like
lot.
I like that play.
This
and
is
you
my play also. I don't really want to be hit by a fly shot and have another guy sent behind the 5 prime. So I think this is a good play. It puts a lot of pressure on red to roll something decent here, and he failed to do so.
Do you move 2 to the 9 now,
Yes.
just to stay safe and?
Yeah. I clean up everything here and hope that he doesn't anchor up or escape.
Yeah, because you can really not afford a hit.
No. It's not really what you want to do. Okay, you could diversify and play to the 8, but I think that's an overplay when the other guy has a 4-point prime.
And also, kind of your 6s, you you want to run on those.
Yeah, and you also have.
Oh, that was a big number.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still
5-3. Then you will have to make the point there.
Yeah, does play to the 6.
Don't you think you make the 4 point?
Yeah, maybe. That's yeah, maybe that's better.
At least it leaves fewer return shots.
It's
You
10
can
returns. It's far fewer returns. 10 returns, but
you break your prime, but of course you hope to make it again or to
I
attack.
see this as a priming battle. It's going to be awfully difficult for red
To win it.
yeah, how is red gonna come?
He needs
run
those
home
aces.
from there. Either he has to make white crunch his prime or come up to the edge and run over, and that seems like a very big task.
Yeah.
So I think
He
I like
played
this
that one?
play. I like this actually.
I would have made the point. I think even here now he needs to clear some point from.
No,
from
but
the
I
back.
think this is great for red now. He can just roll a
Yeah.
deuce or a 4 or 5. I think
he might be right.
he made my
Yeah,
play here.
I tend to agree when you see it now. Now he make a prime, and now it's actually
Yeah.
quite even.
Yes.
Actually, now red have
red is
the
winning now.
yeah.
And red has. It looks like red has better timing. That's a super good shot from white.
There's a big
I think
swing potential.
most backgammon players tend to say that prime versus prime, which is what we have here, are the most difficult position types to play.
Whoa.
I agree; those are typically very difficult. But the thing that makes them stand out is that when you make a mistake in prime versus prime, the mistakes tend to be really, really costly. We are not making. Typically, we are talking about huge blunders
What
when you
now?
make a mistake. Red's
What
on
now?
roll. Yeah, red has a clear timing advantage, and you're trailing, and
Yeah, not much,
It's-
but
it's,
you have
I think
aces,
it's,
6s, and
yeah.
3s that
Yeah.
are all
Yeah.
good. It's a clear take, no doubt about it. So
I also see it as a cube. I see it as a big cube because red can play everything from his blot from the 9 point. He can play the 2 checkers from the 8 point. He has a spare on the 6. He has a lot of checkers to play with, and he's a big favorite to cover the deuce. And
the 3 point, yeah.
the 3 point, yes. So I would definitely cube this. White has very little timing left. White has already burned the checker, and I would not be comfortable taking this.
No,
but I
but
guess you have to.
it's for sure it's a take.
Yeah.
I cannot never pass that one.
And that's one of the best shots, probably the best shot.
He can hope that he will fan a few times now.
Yeah.
That's what you would like to do. Or at least roll a 2.
And their pulse rate has gone up to 113 and 112.
Yeah.
So this is high tense.
This can easily end up being like a 8 point decider.
Yeah, it looks extremely gammonish, this.
What to do with the 4? I mean, can you hit on the 2 point? Not?
Yes, I just keep the prime.
That's your only asset, and hope actually he hits
I
return.
keep the prime and hope to be hit, and then
Fan a few times.
Fan a few times. That's for me the best winning chance here. You're losing a ton of gammons anyway, so you may as well just play to win and hope to get lucky. I think that's the best chance of becoming lucky. And it didn't work out. So what about a kamikaze play here? Is that an overplay?
No, not when you only have the ace point and you have outboarded that. Now you're trying to do damage control, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. If Red's prime was a little bit further back, then you might consider it, but it's too deep. So
this is just now your only goal is to.
I think that was actually not such a bad roll for white.
No.
It minimizes or it reduces the number of gammon losses, and if you can get away with just losing 4 here, I think you've done well. And Red would like to stay out here to get a shot at picking up another blood.
Waiting for 6s and 5s. Not both. Let's see. There's the shot, and there's a big difference if you have 4 back or 3 back in the gammon chance. And he hit that one, and he brings in a builder.
Yeah.
And now he's just ready.
He's cruising now. This is pretty standard technique to roll this home.
And he will slot it if he can with the 4. Yeah. And then hope to be hit and maybe have another one.
And he doesn't even care if white anchors up there on the deuce point.
No
it's
timing.
It's not what he wants, but it's not. It's no disaster at all.
Let's see if Darkfin can squeeze out of this one.
How many gammons for Red here, do you think?
Oh, I don't remember, but it's high.
Is it worse than being closed out by 2? Or with 2 checkers?
Yeah, I think so. As far as I remember.
Probably 50% or something?
50, yeah. If you can save it. There's a big difference. I remember there's a big difference if you have 3 on the ace or 4 on the ace. And now he's also busted completely.
Yeah. The pulse rates
but
are down to 100
I don't
again.
think you want to open now, because you really don't want him to run early.
No.
You want to,
I agree.
and you don't care if you are unlucky and leave a 6-5 and leave a shot. It doesn't matter if you roll it.
We'll bring him in and bear him off.
If he doesn't roll a 6 the first couple of times, the gammon rate goes way up. Okay.
That's a big number.
That's a big number again, yeah. Let's see.
Probably cuts down the gammons by 10% or something.
And here you just bear off aggressively.
Yeah, there's nothing to be
There's
afraid of.
Nothing to be, on the other side, there's nothing to be afraid of. Just hoping to win that gammon.
So, going into this match, Steen, who did you have as a favorite to win? Who do you consider to be the better player?
They are both very strong, but I do think that Stanek has something special in relation to backgammon, and I've seen a lot of his matches, and I think he plays some very, very good matches. He is relatively new in backgammon, but I remember the days when I remember Mucci said that he was a big talent in backgammon. I saw some of it. He was maybe a little unexperienced at that time, but that's years back now. And he is really a strong player and is studying the game completely and all aspects of the game. So he is strong. I've seen him playing very good matches. Darkfang, on the other hand, has won many big tournaments and he has been successful, and he is also very strong. So there's not a big change. It's close to a coin toss, but I have Stanek as a small favorite, if I have to be honest.
Okay, I agree with it being extremely close. I know I'm personally very impressed by Darkfin, of course, also by Stanek. I would not be terribly surprised to see Darkfin play better here, but I think it's gonna be very, very close.
Maybe we should have a PR bet here, but who knows?
I think it's too late for that, but I think I think Stanek is probably the biggest backgammon talent in the world right now, because he's really strong and he's very young, and I guess we all know that young men think faster than old guys like me. So
welcome in the club. That's what they say, that when you turn 40, your backgammon career is over. Not quietly. I've seen someone proving me wrong on that. But maybe you also in that game you can be more relaxed. You should not underestimate that experience that you have been at those big matches many times.
I think it's interesting to see Darkfin's heart rate, because from the outside, when you look at him, he looks so calm and collected and deliberate in what he does, and like everything is thought through really well. And we can see that it's under the skin of him. The heart rate is really racing. So.
But you can see all 4 players that are on the streaming have a pretty high heart rate right now, and have actually consistently, I think, having had a high heart rate. The reason for that, can it be that they are getting closer to the funny rounds where there are money involved?
I don't know.
Can that affect you? It could.
I don't know. Maybe.
See.
I guess it does a little bit. I think this is the money round, right? So the winner here is in the prizes.
Yes, that's correct. They are in the money round.
I don't know.
I just saw some of them like in the beginning when we started streaming and saw their heart rate. It was like in the 70s, and now it's like 30 heartbeats higher on average, I think. Yeah. Even in the 60s, I saw some.
Well,
heart rates,
maybe there is something there. Maybe you're right about it. Obviously, it is more exciting playing a final or a semi-final than a first round, but I can personally still get excited over a first round match. If it's a exciting game with a lot of hits and close bear-offs or whatever on a high cube, that can still get my heart going for sure, even if it's a first round match.
Personally, I think that you could see a difference on my heart rate if I play a very important match than if it's like a first round match. I think for me there would be a difference.
I think there will be a difference for me as well, but yeah. So maybe that is what we see in the heart rates.
So, what happens for 2 now? Still early in the match. Looks like Red has escaped one and have a rating lead. 4-1. That's the typical when you have slotted your ace point, you tend to make it. Yeah. That's a running number again.
Another big roll here.
But how to play it?
I like the first 2.
I guess you play out and down.
Yeah. I would actually run all the way. I don't want to be hit and having him unstack the midpoint at the same time. And
I would actually put it the other way, that it's expensive that he can run and hit at the same time.
Yeah.
He has a stronger board.
Yeah.
And this is actually, I thought this, very short, I thought about this, but I think, no, that cannot be right. It's your structure is simply, you're destroying your structure completely as I see it. You can do an alternative move, so...
I'm not sure at all about this play, so...
No, I would play from the midpoint with the next one and then play out.
Yeah, but then you have diversified your numbers, but the cost is leaving a direct 3 from the heavy midpoint, and then you roll something where you can build an inner board point, and then you leave another shot. And
how
if
many
you come all the way, if you run all the way, then it's for me it's a less committal play. Then you don't leave a direct, and if you want to build something. I guess you would have to count the numbers.
Is that really correct?
I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised by that play.
If it was Gammon Go, it was something else maybe. But in this one, to be honest, I wouldn't have done it. But of course, he has many checkers in the zone now.
There's only one ace, and that's to come up with 21, I think. I don't really...
no, that is...
I would just come up and then, I expect to be on the bar, but then maybe I can make the other anchor.
And why expose more?
I guess he's looking at the duplication of 3s, 3-1, 3-5, even 3-6. But I think this is the right play.
And now he cubes. He's ahead in the race. He has some attacking potential. It was a fast cube. He knew he was stupid. Yeah. I could not pass this one.
Easy take. I have a rule of thumb, and that is... It doesn't work for all positions, obviously. Most rules of thumb don't, but when you are not on the bar, you can take a lot.
Is that, we're talking the Michi thing here, the double tiger? It cannot be anything else,
no,
I think.
Clear double tiger for me as well. Hit 2 and hope that white doesn't come in with a 4 or 5, and then you are really cruising. And if he does come in with a okay, that's a good shot.
Now
Really
he's
good
completely
shot.
back in the
Now,
game again.
Yeah, I don't know if that cube was premature or not, but
Good roll again.
yeah.
So 3-point board.
If White can anchor here, it's a completely even game.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah. So anchor and
3 down.
And 3 down. I agree completely with that play. Then you make a solid point, and you.
I don't see any.
There's
other
no real
alternative.
downside to doing that.
No, and you don't want to step out on the bar
Every
point
other
with
play
2
is
and
inferior. This dominates everything, in my opinion.
2-1. Maybe just slot a point. And ready to make it and make a stronger board.
Yeah, I think White is quite happy about his position here, owning the cube, trailing in the match, and this is the type of position where it's good to own the cube because there's so much play left. So you'll get a lot of chances of recouping to 4. There's a higher likelihood that you may come into a situation where that could be possible in this sort of game.
I guess Red's only really upside is that he is ahead in the race, as I can see it. So he really wants to race.
Yeah, and White would really like to make one more point in his board because soon Red will be forced to concede something. That was a phenomenal roll by White, and he's really enjoying his position now.
4-1.
Yeah, it's automatic, I think. I would just
He's
play
thinking about making the 2-pointer, of course.
yeah, but I would. Yeah. If he's winning the race, why not just play to the 8 and then you can make the point afterwards?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would he like to be hit here and have White escape at the same time? I don't think so.
He's thinking about if he's hit, would that generate a lot of returns? Side the game.
That doesn't.
But I agree that when you're ahead in the race, you don't want to take big risk.
So this is interesting. There's 2 options here. Either you play to the 8 and to the 5, or you try to prime.
I think with 2 blots in the board, I think the prime is correct.
I don't know. I don't have the race. Do you have the race? If White is clearly behind, this is the play. If not, then I would.
White is clearly behind.
Yeah.
So
are you sure?
He's behind 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit less.
So
7.
I would not have made this play. I think it's too big to leave the ace, and there are many hits that also cover, and then you have a lot of racing equity if you're only down 10. I don't know if your count was accurate, but let's say it was. Then I think
it's a bit less than 10.
Then I think this was too risky in terms of the racing equity. But
what now? Do you go to the midpoint and make that? I think. Otherwise, you need to play to the 6-point, or you need.
Just make the mid. That's a phenomenal roll for White again. You don't mind leaving the blood in the home board there. For me, this is a clear play. You would much rather be hit there on the 5 and have direct returns, or if Stenik doesn't bury a checker, than being hit out in the outfield with no returns. I don't think this is right.
But what is Stenik's play next time? I mean, if
he'll just play for the mid. There's no pressure on the mid now, unless he can get lucky and play roll a double 3 or double 5, or he would probably, even if he could, run safe in a safe way out to the midpoint. Then
I agree.
So yeah.
But you have to hit here.
Yeah, of course. Hit. Hope he fans, make the 5-point board, and then you can run home afterwards. That is now Red's plan.
But it's not without a risk.
No, Red has a better board and the high anchor, so that's just.
So that was now Red will soon be looking at a double, or he can.
Ooh, great shot. I think it's everything that comes in is great.
Yeah, you're right, of course.
That is a good shot for Red.
But what now? You have complete outfield control, and you have the race. Red is a bit busted. It's not like it's a high volatile position. So the question you need to ask: have you already lost your market? Because
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But you're trailing 2 points. You can ship a 4 cube. I think I like this play. this looks like a clear take to me. You have the high anchor. You even have the spare on it. So you're not you're not gonna be forced off the anchor anytime soon, and you have a better board. What's the race? Let's count.
He is clearly ahead. Red.
Yeah. But with some wastage.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do we do here? I think I would just play 12-8 or something. Nah, maybe not. Maybe we should start the board with a 3 actually, because red is not being forced off the anchor. If it was a stripped anchor, then I would not play behind it. But now we're able to. It's unlikely that you can attack on the 21 point. Okay, he made. I don't know about that play. That was not my play. So we roll a super good shot here.
Yeah, doesn't hit here. He's not like he's back in the game, but at least you have a better chance.
Yeah.
And you stay here and you move to the 6 point.
Yeah.
Or slot. I think you just go to the 6.
Yeah. Now I would not slot.
No.
And I would also not do this.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Because you're outboarded, and that's Red's best shot at running home. That is to put
3-1.
Yeah. See,
and
now
you
he
lift.
gives, he plays to Red's advantage here. I think that was a terrible play.
And he fans, and if he can pick and pass on the last one or something, now he certainly have a chance to run. That's another great number.
Yeah.
And of
I
course,
think he got really punished for what I think was a bad play. But of course, we don't have access to the bot here, so maybe I'm wrong. But I just think it gave.
And try to look at their pulse now.
Yeah.
125.
Yeah, 125 for Stenik and 115 for Darkfin. So they realize something important is happening here.
Do you leave one? The idea by leaving that one there is that you want to do a pick and pass after.
Yeah. Or maybe it enables you to stay on the anchor with an awkward roll after
and
he's
what
come
now?
in or something.
He cannot cube. It was too easy a take, but it doesn't cost anything to stop up. Look at the position. Look at the opponent if you can see anything. But he's ahead in the match, so I mean, even 4-2 if you send an 8 cube,
let's assume you pick and pass here, and white stays out with both checkers. Is that too good?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Then you want to cash it.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah, if it's not too good, then you do. But
2-1.
So, what do we do here?
Do you... I
guess you
play the ace, so the threes that don't play on the other side hit.
I don't know if you just play big here and play the deuce from the anchor and then advance one with the spare, and then the threes are duplicated.
And take the fight now.
And then you take the fight while you have a better board. He's on the bar. I don't think you're going to get a better shot at running home, and you're not going to lose many gammons, I think, here. So I probably would take a chance now.
I don't know. I don't think I would play that
maybe
one.
I don't know. The score is also tricky. You need to be careful with the score, so I'm not sure about that play at all, but I just think it's...
But I would definitely have played the one from the 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great number. Wow, what a number. That was the one we were talking. That was that was why.
I guess it'll get a smiley when we put it in.
Yeah. Wow, what now? It's still... No, now it's too good.
Yeah, I agree.
By far.
It's too good. And if he can run home and win a gammon here, then... So that's like an anti-joke or the worst he could roll.
Our double 3 was not too good either.
So what happens to the heart rate?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
120 for both, more or less. And let's see what it is after Darkfin rolls a 6 in a minute.
Imagine you can nearly get 125 heart rate in backgammon.
Sitting down.
Sitting down, yeah. That must be something.
shaking. It's
Fan?
a fan.
Still too good.
Yeah, way too good.
Great number. Even if he enters with 1, he can consider, am I too good, or should I just get the 8 point? Now it's definitely too good. There are a few bad numbers, not this one.
Yeah, 5-4. Yeah, come home. And yeah.
Why would you do anything else?
Double 6, leave a shot, but that's so what, you know. You need
Closer to home is
you need
more
to come
important
home.
here.
And now Red would like to pick and pass, if possible.
Let's take one off. And now it's just a struggle if Darkwing can...
That was an accurate play.
Okay, he doesn't like to get gammoned. That is now decided. But it's probably going to end up like he's ahead 8-2 now to 15.
Yeah. He's still playing on, obviously.
Again, another one.
Yeah.
Maybe, certainly he will be playing to win.
Still playing on. I think Red is a favorite in this position.
And now he cubes because there's...
One more decision.
It isn't the XG decision, as we say in Denmark. You could have taken a few rolls. You give him a decision, and you could have taken a few rolls yourself, hoping for aces, and had a small decision. So if you played a PR tournament, this was a bad play.
I agree.
So I'm going to leave you now, and Carter Maddock is going to take over. So you will recognize his nice voice. Enjoy the game, and thank you for listening.
Hey Carter, nice to see you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, now I'm here. All right, Dagfin's kind of not had a really good go of it, huh?
Well, he did actually have a good go at it, but the tables turned twice on him, and yeah.
And now look at this.
Yeah.
Already 2 in the air against the 3-point
It's a
board.
really big shot. It's unless he comes in with a 5, which
Yeah.
he does, I would have played on for the gammon.
Right,
But,
yeah. If he doesn't come in there, you just...
Now I think you have to just roll and see what happens.
Yeah. If he doesn't come in here, do you cube?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think so too. Even though you don't have those back checkers split, you've just got such great blitzing potential.
Yeah.
Oh!
So now come in and do the anchor.
Yeah.
Make the anchor, and then
There's too much coming at you.
this could easily turn in White's favor this game.
Yes.
If you can build one more innerboard point, then he'll be close to a cube, I think, at the score.
Yeah, and he's not really that worried about his loose checker on the 8 because if Dagfin breaks the anchor to hit, he's going to get blitzed again. So right now, Zednek seems to have a very good command of this game. Ooh.
I think I would not make this play. I don't think that's the right play. I think you want to preserve your racing lead. I would just I would make the 8 point and put the to safety the blot, and then I would just step up so 6 is escape. I don't think you necessarily need to have the anchor here.
I don't mind this just because the 6 is out. The 2 checkers were trapped anyways, and he really doesn't have that much flexibility, Dagfin.
No.
You know, he's made too many points, and his 6 is heavy. So what's he going to do? He has to break other points to get to it. So he's
but that then why leave a shot? You know, that's a nice way to you can run home with tempo here, and so I would not have made that play, but I guess we'll know what is right when we get the computer's verdict.
Oh, what's right? I think every game should be just kind of a 1-ply rollout. if it works this game, it's fine. I understand studying it, but right now the main thing is getting lucky when you make that play.
I think this is a good, okay play.
I think this.
If he'd made the other play, he would have been able to run now.
Right.
This is
He could have run the one
his
checker.
play is more committal. You need to clean up the blot. So I just think it was a bad play.
What about coming out with the 6 and coming down with the coming in with the 4? So that way you just have those 2 checkers playing.
Yeah, I can see this play.
I like this play.
I like this play. But see, if you didn't have to clean up with that 4 now, you could have
The 6
run,
could have just
you
run
could have-
free.
Yeah, you could have run for free, and then you're not exposing the
Right.
direct one. So that's why I didn't like the other play.
I think he's just feeling right now that there aren't a lot of numbers here that are super jokers with that. Nope. However, this one could qualify. As a
Interestingly, their heart rates have come down to around 100. It was more like a 120 in the previous game.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I'm new here, but yeah, I'm looking at we have 4 sensors going right now. Danfin's leading the pack with a heart rate of 104 because I think these double 5s. I think you got to make the 5 point and.
Yeah, this is a great play. You have 13 checkers in the zone and. Yeah.
Oh, 2.
You know what? I would just cube this. You have 13 in the zone. You have a high anchor. You're trailing in the match. I cube this.
Yeah, I think it's a cube too. But now you
make
hate
the
that
point,
you don't.
and now you have to almost play on or something. I don't know. Thanks. Another 2. Maybe he realizes I'll just make sure I have a cash now. Maybe that's what he's thinking. So play safe and then be sure to have a cash. I reckon that is what he's thinking about now.
Yeah, he's not. He's no longer.
If he had cubed before, he would just have made the 2 point by now, and then you'd be playing on for 4
Right.
points. Now he's just trying to win 1 point with this play, and so for me that was a big miscube.
Yeah, he definitely. It's so funny how just one little sequence keeps you from winning those 3 extra points, and that's this double 6. If he had cubed, it's obvious to make the 2. Right now, he's just thinking, I avoid the 2-6. I've got a huge racing lead. It's just game over.
Yeah, don't overkill it and leave too many fly shots. But what do you leave if you make the deuce? Stenek has a 3-point blot in his own board. So if he comes in and has to hit loose with an ace, then he'll be left with 2 blots in his own board against the 4-point board. So that's not going to happen. So if you still decide to hit on the deuce, what's the risk? Okay, you give away double 4s and 4-6, and that's it.
Yeah, well, double aces is actually pretty sweet here too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But the double 4s is definitely.
Yeah, double 4 is not even now. Yeah.
It's not a super joker, but it's definitely a joker. You get to come in, come out, and make the 5 point. I think he's just
because he didn't cube before. I'm not sure. Maybe this is best, and then just cash the game and. I don't like this either, because
I think, but he's doing this because he knows he may convince him not to cube. It's an easy cube and easy pass.
We know it's an easy pass, or at least it looks like that to me. So now he gives White the opportunity to hit loose and try and go for a gammon by leaving all those blots. If he had just maybe played 6-3 or something and bottomed up, then it would be more difficult for White to play on. And then White may be more inclined to just cash it.
Right, but now he plays on.
Yeah. So now he can play on. And
this is a very rough play on. You're gonna hate now your 2. Oh, 1-3. Down. Ooh, I try covering something.
Again,
right?
I would just cover the 3 and.
Yeah.
Okay. There's still a lot of gammons with all those checkers in the outfield. I don't know how many, but I would guess 30, maybe 30% gammons. That would be my guess. Actually, I think it's more than that. I remember looking at a position with one closed out and then 5 checkers stacked on the 7 and 8 points, and that was 25% gammons. So this is worse than that. So maybe this is 35% gammons would be my guess based on that old.
That neck needs to come in really quickly. Try and save the set. There he does. And down.
But he can never win the game. So
no.
White is just playing on and on and on until
yeah.
There's no more play left in this game.
Oof.
Yeah,
And
that's
across.
just standard technique. Take a few crossovers, see if you can bring him in on the 6, and then
Oh, double twos. That's helping the gammon.
yeah.
All right. Said Nick. I don't know. I may have moved the back checker. The ace is
Yeah,
going
I
to be
don't-
painful.
I also don't like that. I agree.
Yeah.
You know, you're not looking to optimize your aces here.
Right.
You want to make the big numbers work that can do some work running home.
Right. If you roll the ace, you're not going to get.
That was not, in my opinion, good technique.
Nope. Yeah. Okay. Gammon.
Ah,
Oh, no, double six.
Double sixes work.
That's it. Okay. All right. So 6-4, and Dagfin's
so-
pulse rate's still
So
at
If
105.
he ends up losing this match by a couple of points, I would look back on this missed cube and see that's where he lost the match.
Right. It's so funny how those little things that you just trivially think don't matter and they'll haunt you.
From even if it was just a small cube, for me that is, at least when I lose my matches, which happens a lot,
Right.
those are the things that I look back to. Okay, I did not get the full value out of this or that position, and I had to just cube that position one roll earlier. That I got to cash something, but maybe I would have won in gammon or whatever. Those would maybe might just have been the points I was missing in the end. And here clearly, he won a gammon and 2 points, but it should have been 4 points really, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah, it's now 7 away, 11 away. It could have just been 7 away, 9 away.
Yeah.
So pretty standard right now. There's a
How you been doing in the tournament?
I lost heartbreaking. I was down 6-12 Crawford. It got to 10-6. I mean, it got to 12-10 post Crawford. Was gammoning him. He ruled the double 4 from the roof. I fanned twice on a 2-point board and then never moved again. So, yeah, it was a pain. But I have 10%, so I'm hoping that Ed O'Loughlin makes a move and I get some value out of that.
You
He's-
swapped 10% with him before the match? Or
yeah, right before the match. And then he's actually playing Jurgen Olofsky and I think has a slight lead on him right now. So
Okay.
hoping Jurgen doesn't...
He steamrolled me
I know,
completely.
I saw that.
The German luck has got the better of me in this tournament.
Oh, no.
I also lost to Tobias
Oh, okay.
Hellwag after leading 7-0.
Yeah, I think I heard that. Costin came in and told me about that. I've actually had a lot of luck with France this tournament. I had 2 French players and just slimed them. Actually 3, and I slimed all 3. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is awesome. But yeah, Costin and I lost to the Germans in the doubles, Tillman and Olofsky. So I'm hoping for a little revenge.
Yeah. What's happening here? I did not pay attention. Has he played anything? Or
Yeah,
I guess he
it's
played
just-
everything.
Right now, it's just he's probably gonna get. Yep, he's got the 5 point. And it's
I'll
just this
slot
little.
this. Yeah, a very nice play.
Dagfin's so unconcerned. He's just checking his phone. He's adjusting his playlist. See, that is a lost art. Adjusting your playlist to your opponent. He's got really nice headphones. He's got the Bars and Wilkins. So it's not just when you're playing this game. So many people think it's just the checkers and the dice and the play. You need to be relaxed. You need to be comfortable. I love having my headphones on. I love being able to be in that moment where you're just, I wouldn't be distracted like he is looking at his playlists. He's trying to find the right music to beat the young star. So
in your opinion, what would be the best music for winning backgammon?
So it was funny. It's certain music, certain play. Like I adjusted to the player. I was playing. Who was I playing? I was playing one of the female. I was playing. Who's the Hungarian girl?
Ketelin.
Yeah, Ketelin. I'm playing Ketelin, and I immediately put on poppy. It's totally new poppy music, and just crushed her. And I was like, oh, and she's just looking like, what the hell? And I'm listening to things I never listened to.
Do you have a lucky tune or something that you put on when it's a special occasion?
When I need the race, I usually used to use old Muse, and that was a lot of fun. But in general, I feel like everyone now is going, is there a backgammon match going on? We're just right now. This is such an kind of an easy hit back, hit forth. There really isn't a lot of discussion we could be doing. it's the dice kind of force these moves.
Yeah.
So
I would, for the lack of a better 4, I would just move up to the 20 point.
right.
What are you going to do with that check anyway? You're going to run home soon. You're not trying to hang back and cover the board. So
Yeah, you just sent a
just
checker
come
back
up, and that
24
enables you
pips.
to run without breaking the anchor.
And if you come down, you've stripped off your mid. That's no fun.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think this is okay.
both players also have plenty of time. So this particular game will just go for probably about another 10-15 minutes to just hit, slide, hit, slide.
This is pretty standard again.
When I do this, I always roll the 2-6. I always roll the one number where you're like, what the?
At least you have a playable 6 here to the 8, but
Right.
yeah, normally that is I think it's a good point you make. That's a big reason for hitting loose is that you give often the opponent a bad 6. That's key for me. So also in the opening,
And you're slotting your 5 point, which is a nice point. If it doesn't get hit, you really want that point. So
you already made the high anchor, so there's not too much bad that can happen.
you
The
got a
risk is
couple-
limited.
oh,
I hit and I just make the 5 point.
yeah. that seems
And then
like the
I
play.
hope that he's not able to. Okay.
Yeah, now the 2-6 would play, but if he rolls a flunky number,
I think I would have hit on the 3 point actually, and not broken the. I would not have broken.
broken the 8.
I would have played 6-3, 6-5, and then it would have been difficult to rescue the blood on the 18. And
Right. Yeah, and you unstack the 6, which is kind of nice.
yeah, now you don't have the 8 point anymore. So I didn't. That was not my play. I don't know that my play was better, but that's just what I would have done.
Right. Well, here's that 2-6 now. So now you're coming into something. You have 2
He
loose
entered
checkers.
with a deuce, right?
Mhm.
Now we are looking at a 6. So what can you play? I would just come out with the rearmost checker. So
Yeah.
not that one, but
He's duplicating 4s here, so maybe that's his theory. But this is.
I don't. I would rather have the checker stay connected. But
Right now, nothing's hurt. And all those checkers on the 5 is just. Ugh. All right, so this back checker goes safe. Oh, maybe the 2 point?
no.
Little tempo hit.
I think the game plan here is to run home. You're not going
Right.
to prime. You're not going to blitz. The only game plan White has here is to run home.
Right, he's killing in the race. I mean,
So
Zedek has.
now you hope to survive
back.
the shot, which he didn't.
He did not.
He hit with the best one.
Ooh, yeah, unstacking that heavy point, and
Yeah.
if. Oh,
That's a good shot. Come in with the 3 and down with the 2. And,
Yeah.
I think White should not be too concerned with being hit here. Of course, he doesn't want to be hit, but
oof, what an ugly 5-3.
yeah, that doesn't do much.
No, and you don't want to clean up the blots in a weird way. I think come into the bar and then maybe out with the 5?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Well, if you come, okay, so if you come I like coming into the
I
6.
like kind of coming out with a 5 and then playing to the 6,
Yeah.
but I have very little confidence in my play. But I guess that's I guess that's what I would do.
Honest commentary here. In the States, we never do that. We just always make it, especially when XG's not running in the background. We speak as if we're completely knowledgeable about what the exact thing is, because nobody calls falafel later and goes, "Do you know how bad you commentated that?" Nobody says that. Oh, so he came down with the 5. Okay. I feel like this may be a
Still
little too
thinking
much.
about it. He hasn't made his play. So.
Yeah. I think he's gonna.
I don't think Reds wants to have more checkers sent back, really. I know he's trailing. It's not like he's trying to win a race, so it's not so much that which he's afraid of. It's more that, that is taking away ammunition which he needs to improve his prime or build his board.
And stripping off his mid here doesn't seem like the right. You're praying for.
So now he lets White run home with tempo.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Red is now hoping to roll a deuce or something so he can make a deeper anchor than
Yep.
the one he has. And He didn't do it.
4-6.
Yeah, I think that's the right play.
Yeah. It's just
Maximizing contact, hanging back, and that blot on the outfield is not really. It's not a threat from white that he can hit it,
right. Oh,
which he has to do now.
right.
There's
The
no
4
other
points
play.
not
you
enough.
don't want to be hit.
Right.
White's plan is just to run home here. He doesn't want to be hit, so this is what minimizes. Again, he comes in deep, out with the 4 to maximize.
Right.
You don't care about being hit. In fact, you would like to be hit, so you have a better shot at building a deeper anchor. Red's best chance here is to hit a late shot and then contain the checker that was hit.
Yeah.
I
3 point.
make the 10, and then I don't know about the 5. Maybe.
Yeah, this is make the 3 point.
Yeah, that's another play.
Yeah. You don't.
The first play I saw here was actually to just come down with a 3 and then find a 5, but I don't know if this is better. It's a lot of shots. I don't think it's the game plan as such, but yeah, and then look for a 5. I kind of like this. I think I would have made this play, but
I don't know. You've got right now. You've got this.
You have a good collection of spares, and you must have, without having gone through all white numbers, you must have a fair amount of decent numbers. You have 3 landing spots for the strip midpoint, and you can maybe pick and pass and make the ace in the process if you hit something with an ace, 6-1 or 5-1 or whatever. So let's see what happens. 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, okay. Make the ace and then play to the 10, I guess.
Yeah.
No other play comes close.
Right.
I don't think this is so bad. You know, you're bringing in more ammunition, and it gets harder and harder for Red to hang back. If Red is not able to make that rearmost, the anchor with the ace, then it can become problematic. So now he does that.
Bar, yep. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
But now Dagfin doesn't have a lot of worry about those checkers back, so he can kind of just dump.
Yeah,
Is this possibly
exactly.
a cube?
Yeah, it could easily be a cube. I don't really know. I think the take is very easy. What are the? Is it a marker loser if you clear the mid? I don't know. Maybe it is. If you
Maybe I do stay back with it on the 2 and the 3, and I just use the checker on the 16 point and just run it around and just hope I roll that ace.
Maybe he sees that the 11 point, white's 11 point is going to be awfully difficult to clear as long as he holds the 18 and the 20. You know,
Right.
There are not many landing spots for that. So maybe this is okay. He's thinking about the cube here, which is totally reasonable at the score.
No, he hasn't even. Has the clock been hit? Oh yeah, it has been hit. Okay, yeah. So he had made his play.
He's just considering a cube and thinking, okay, I don't have enough market losers. This is a good shot, I guess.
Yep.
Not the best because now there's a risk that Red can come in deep and be a nuisance to him. But I think
and
is. And there it is.
Yep.
One of the best he could roll.
Yeah.
I would make another inner board point before cubing this.
Right. But
or clearing the mid in a good way.
He may be thinking though back to the last game where he didn't cube and didn't get the equity that he feels he deserved. So he may just be looking like, hey, what goes wrong here if like 5-4 it clears, 4-2 is a great number.
Yeah, good shot. But still, there's a ton of work left here.
There's a lot.
Red will just play from the mid now and Red has a very easy game here.
Yeesh.
Yeah. So what do? I think we just switch and come up.
Yep.
You didn't want to come up, but you had to. Otherwise, you had to break the board. And that's not an option.
Right.
Again, I would just play on. It's not an easy decision for Red. If let's say you roll a good number and you clear the mid safely here,
Mm-hmm.
and then Red plays down from the mid, and then you cube him. Is that nice for Red? Is that an easy decision? I think it's still gonna be something you
Have to spend a few minutes on.
Yeah, you know you don't want to drop it just like that, and it could be a take, it could be a pass. I don't know. I think you could give Red a difficult decision if you clear. That's a good roll.
Yep. Yep. Puts the builder where you want it and doesn't crack your landing spots. And now Zednik 4-1. Again with the 1. That 1 is not helpful because now he can hit for tempo. White can
Just come
clear
down.
easy.
Just come down.
Yeah.
No, you don't really care. You know, if you're hit with the ace, you know you're threatened to make the 3-point anchor, which would be a huge improvement to Red's game. So that's not much of a threat really, and there are rates to be some returns. You know, what can you hit with that doesn't leave a return shot here? Not much, right?
Right.
Double one, and what else? You know. So I think this is a clear play. He's thinking about this is terrible. This is not a play.
No, you get rid of the strength of your board.
This
you
is.
can't do this.
There's only one play here, and it's not something you should burn a lot of time on because everything else is terrible. And this is not a threat, so easy take.
Okay, so
the big threat is to roll a big doubles where you make the 3-point. It's not a threat to hit. Good play. You can clear a point and create some builders, and now you're starting to apply some pressure. We saw from Stendick's last play that he was concerned about leaving the blot in White's home board. So he will want to move up most likely because he's probably scared of losing a gammon.
He doesn't want. Now all those builders are coming at him down.
So we saw from his looking at the other play in the previous roll that he's concerned about losing a gammon by being blitzed or something. So I think it was to be expected that he would pick up the blot. You don't bring him closer those ones because now
because they're 6 away.
Yeah, exactly. So just this is fine. Any other dues? This is good.
All right, 6-2.
Just slot.
Slotting the 3.
Slot. White will not believe it. Yeah, okay, you can also do that.
Yeah, what's the shot? Double 5 is the only shot.
I don't think White is going to leave much. Yeah, I would have slotted, but this is fine as well.
Yeah, but now there's checkers being dumped behind.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Red's got a little bit of time here. He can hang out for a shot if this starts rolling awkwardly.
Now he slots when he has direct 6s and 9s to cover. So another good shot, clearing another point.
Yep. Except that one on his on his 12 is pretty far away.
Yeah, so
board's ready.
A lot of shot equity for Red here.
Yep.
So
5-3.
Bury 2 checkers and hope for the best. You are not paying here. That is under no circumstances do you pay now when the opponent has a board like that. It never happens. It's always right to pay later when the opponent has such a strong home board.
Yeah. However, the payments may be pretty extreme.
Yeah, now you're even winning. So that's
no payment.
I gather that we'll get a smiley when we put it in.
Right.
Really, really strong.
If we put it on Dagfin's XG, double
Interesting.
4s is huge.
6-1, 6-3.
Who is 6-3?
5-1, 5. Okay. I would not leave the aces because that is White's best or a good shot.
Right.
You need to move the blot.
Yeah.
The blot is not to Red's advantage here. It's to White's advantage because it enables White to put Red on the bar and then run home while Red is dancing. So you don't leave a blot here.
So what are the numbers here? So obviously 6-3 is the ultimate one, regardless of either play he makes. If he does 6-3, he gets this shot.
Yeah.
This is a little better for 6-3, I think, because he's got the double shots.
Yeah.
Because he's not coming in and hitting.
Yeah. Maybe this is better than.
And 6-1, he also gets the double shot.
I would never leave the blot on the 18, so I like this better.
Yeah.
5-1 still hurts a lot. 5.
4-2, easy. Okay, now.
So.
Zednek's gonna lose.
It looks like it's gonna be 2 points for White here.
Yeah. Unless he rolls that. You've been there before, Christian, the 6-5, where you're just like, what the? Yeah, just clear. You're not gonna. There's no reason to try and get greedy here. You're so far ahead in the race, but chances are you're not getting a gammon. Don't give him 6-1, 5-1 as a joker.
I would agree. The race is more or less gin, and there are very few gammons in this. Yeah. So
this is it. And he keeps going. And Zednek's going to save unless Dagfin rolls double-double.
So back to the music now.
So back to the music.
What did you play in the final against Trabi?
Oh my
inside
God,
this. I'm sure that's
yeah,
if you ever remember one playlist, I guess that has got to be it.
I definitely was Muse heavy. So old Muse was definitely what I was listening to in Cyprus while I was playing Trabi, because it just is. It's something I know perfectly, and it allows me to very relax. And after that horrible 4-cube take I took and getting to whip the 8-cube, I was listening to Origins of Symmetry, and I just knew. I was like, I think I've got this.
I'm not sure I know that one. Maybe you can hum it for me now.
Oh no! It's somebody else had me, because Ed O'Loughlin was said a lyric to a song, and I go, yeah, it's a country song, and I was asked by Jurgen to sing along, and I was like, it's okay, thanks. I'm a sound engineer, but I'm just fixing other people's sounds, not trying to make my own. So, all right, this
I guess
is
this is
over.
ending up with 2 points for White as expected.
Yep. And okay, so
Decisions here.
this would have been a tie game if Dagfinn had doubled.
Yeah.
You know, if Dagfinn had doubled earlier and gotten the gammon from the game before.
I think both players realized that also before the match that this is a very equal match. It's not like one is a heavy favorite or anything like that. So I don't think any of the players are adjusting or anything like that. I think they're just trying to play whatever they think is the right play.
Right. And that's important. Oh, it looks like we're about to be on break. So.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay, we will see you back here shortly.
So now we're ready again. Christian and Carter went for dinner, so I'll just do this for a little while. Eight, 6 for Stenik, and starts out by making the bar point. Normal opening, 3, 2, and he says that I'm ahead in the race, so I'm not going to hit. 6-3. I think he will probably run. 4-1. He will move one down and he'll make his anchor. Let's see. 6-4. That might be another running number. Another great number, and I think you will want. Now he is ahead in the race, so the risk of being hit is higher, so he saves the plot just to be sure that he's not hit that often. 6-4, still trying to run. 6-4. I think he should look at running from the point that he has, because he's so much ahead in the race. At least it should be considered. He needs to know the race and then consider running from behind all the way. And if he is ahead in the race, that could actually, I mean, the guideline is when ahead in the race. He's not even looking at it. That's strange. I would have considered running from the 21 point to the 11 point. He's slotting now. He's behind in the race. Then it's okay to leave a shot. He needs to leave a shot somewhere, no matter what he does. So why not leave it there while there are 2 plots on the other side, and it's a point you want, and you're behind in the race. With the ace, you will definitely make the 5 point, and then you can look at the 4. Now Stanek has the best board, and Darkfin does not want to be hit, so he plays the safe play, and I think that is correct. What else? Then you leave a shot? No, I think you really need to make that 5 point, and then play it safe. You leave 6 numbers, of course, that will hit. That was not one of them, but again a racing number. 6-4, make the bar point, no doubt. He can still run with 6-2 while he has a strong board. I think he needs to count the race. I think this is correct, and I think he should have done that the last time as well. A great number. 2 of them are clear. It's expensive to be hit, so maybe you make the 2 point and take 1 down from the midpoint. The reason, yeah, you could do that. I would rather take 1 down from the midpoint. There's no hits, and you cover the outfield a lot better. Double 1 plays itself. Now Darkfin is considering if he can cube. He's behind 6 pips. Darkfin is. Now he's ahead 6 pips. So maybe it's okay actually to play this. He needs to get some from the midpoint moving, I think. At least 2 down to the 10 point. Then he can consider moving all of them down there. Then he's ahead 6 pips. I think that would be my play. He needs to count the race, of course. 11 and 12, 23. 22, 16. Yes, he is ahead 6 pips after the play. So again, ahead in the race. If he's stuck on the ace point and doesn't move that one on the ace point and the race is even, then he can probably consider cubing. Also, he's behind in the match, so that tends to be a little more aggressive. Now he's behind 4 pips, and here the pip count can mean something for decision. 6-4, he'll make a point. And on this, I mean, now he has lost his market. Unless Zdenek hits, or it's over. No hit. And now Darkfin will cube and Zdenek will pass. 8-7. That's a clear action. Could look like we can get a long, exciting match. 3-1. Good start again for Zdenek. Best play or best role you can start the backgammon game with. 2-2, and you move up to the 22 point. With the 5 point mate, it's clear to make that move. 3-2. And you split, that's also clear. With only 8 checkers in the zone to attack, you usually split. Play to the 8 point. I think there's no doubt about that play. Six, 5. That's a good question. You can run all the way. You need to count the race here. 3-2. Again. I think you need to hit on this one. You have the better board. What is the race? 2 and 3, that would be my play. Against one checker, you tend to attack, especially if you're not way ahead in the race. 3-4, nice roll. Not sure what to do about the 4. Could be that's the safe one, but also really a place you don't want to put it. And he fans, and what now? He cannot cube, it's too early. 3-5. Yeah, I think that's the best play. Only exposed to 5-5. 5-3. He'll have to hit again. Now he's behind in the race, so he's not too worried. Double 4. You really want to make that 9 point. It's a good point to have with the 3 point mate, or when Zdenek is back on the 3 point. So maybe you will play 2 down to the 9. 2 to the 9 and then 1 more to the 6. Or alternatively 3 to the 9. This could also be a play, but I don't know. I think I would have made the 9 point. This is a clear play. You play to the 3 point. Six, 5. Running play. Hope he won't roll a 5. So what to do here? You really don't want to sit on the 5 point, especially if he points on you, then you're in deep trouble. So I think you have the better board there, so that is of course very attractive. There will be 8 numbers, at least 9 numbers that points on you. If you make that play, you can also play. He plays that one. So 8 numbers point on you. You need to count the race. It's an easy take, so I tend to say it's a no double. But it doesn't hurt to go through all the numbers and considering what is playing well here. Nine numbers will, including 4-4, will make the point, the 5 point. That leaves 27 other numbers. Then you have 666, also a great number. That's 10 really good numbers. And everything making other points as well. 6-1. Yeah, maybe not 6-1 is not that good, but 6-3 is a good number. 4-1 is also a good number. So even 2-2 is a nice number. So it looks like there are 15 really good numbers, and then the rest is probably decent number, but I still think it's a bit too early to cube. Stanek has a 4-point board on the other side, and have the strongest board, so, and also he waits. That was one of the better numbers, making another point, but even here I think it can be a take. Now he can run to the midpoint, and here now Darkfin will probably cube, and Stanek will take this one. He will count the race first of all, but with the hole on the 5 point I think he has to take it. And he does that. 1, another great number. Now it's definitely, he lost his market and went into past territory. Play from the midpoint, leaving only 6-1. So it looks like it will be Darkfin taking the lead in the match after being behind 2-8. Oopsie. But still, after 666, Stanek is clearly behind in the race. So he'll probably make the ace point, and he can consider slotting the 2 point. There's no number leaving a shot, so why not do that? Only move that doesn't leave a shot, and Darkfin really doesn't want to get hit now. One more to the 2 point. Maybe that looks right. For 2. Take off 2. There's nothing leaving a shot next time, and he has to go. So I would take off another one. The reason for this is also, even if you roll something like 6-2 or something, you can play it as you have deuces. You can take off. I'm gonna leave until the end of this game, and then I'll be back. And now it's nearly over. Stenik saves the gammon without any problems. Didn't get to hit the shot he needed. Yeah, and it's game over. So, 6 away, 7 away. Getting closer and closer to the exciting moment. And this is the money round, so they are a little nervous maybe. 4-4. Another nice double number. 6-2. How do you play that one? I think you're behind in the race still, only with 1 pips though, but I think this is correct. Double 2, another, wow, great number again. So let's see, double 1, making the 5 point. And the last one is probably he's going to stay back. He is behind in the race, so then he wants to get the contact, and now he starts to get into cube territory. 2-1. He makes the bar point. I mean, you can play the solid game probably when he has 3 checkers back. He has an anchor on the bar point on the other side, even as a safety. You could consider also just moving down from the midpoint, leaving fewer shots.
Has he played anything?
No, nothing has played. Christian and Carter has just joined me again, and after this game they will take over. But you are welcome to join in with a comment. I think that is the right play. I would have played the same.
So would I.
So while you're away, Darkfin managed to win a few points and is now ahead in the race.
2-pointer out.
I guess.
There's also the 10 point.
No, I don't think I would make the 10 point. I
It'll
agree.
be
Out, and you can also play out into the 5. Get away from those builders over there. I'm not making the deuce here.
I could be convinced. I would not say that I would never make the deuce. I'm not sure. I would say.
Yeah, I don't want to see him make the 3 on my head or the 5. So I kind of like taking away part of his role. But if I did, I think I'd come out 6 and come down with the 3. I don't want to stack on the 5.
That can also be the case. I mean, there is a cost by hitting from. He will lose.
He'll have 2
points.
checkers too. I mean, a lot of times when he hits with the 3, he doesn't.
I actually like this play. I can live with that. It's not that I'm 100% sure or anything.
And stop the books.
I'm not confident and sure or anything. But that was another nice shot. I don't think you leave a shot here. I think you need to play that one. You're ahead in the race now, so it's too expensive to be hit.
Oh.
And 1, and now a 5. You have to play from the midpoint. Yes.
Yep.
And your aim is to.
Yeah. It's not like he's fond of hitting on the ace, but at least where else what can he do?
No, and his aim is really to get that 5 point. And he can
step up with a deuce and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is much
Exactly.
better.
Because then at least you have some defense if he makes the 5 point, and you still have the chance to run, so to speak.
Yeah,
And
but
he will make it.
Also, if he breaks the 5, then exactly.
Yeah, and that's the case. If he didn't step up, it could have been game over quite soon.
Oh, 4-3. That's not a good number.
No, it's not.
I think you just play to 6 and 5, don't you? And leave an ace.
Yeah, that's the best builders, right?
I think one on the 6 point, and then you need a 3, and I think you need to play 8 to.
But then if you do that, then does Dagfin double? Because now you've got a lot of numbers the 3-point board that you have is Zednik isn't that strong. You've got the 2 point, the 5, and the 6. Whereas he's got 5 in a row. If he can pop that, if he can hit a 3, he's hitting with a 3. If he can
hit
point
the ace, or I think can you hit on the ace here?
That's what I'm thinking. That's the first
Oh,
play
yeah.
I saw, but I think it's an overplay. But that's the first play I saw duplicating aces.
You have both have a 3-point board. I mean,
Yeah,
and you duplicate the
yeah.
aces. It might be the good choice.
right, and also then
He's
maybe you don't
duplicating
save the
threes
other
now.
one.
This is also
Right.
a
But
play.
he cubes instantly.
Yeah.
So he knew that before. And I like that cube. I mean, you're really threatening him, and he knows that if this goes wrong, it can blow up. I mean, he can lose 4 points. There are some gammons in this.
Yeah, I would take.
You would take?
I think.
I'm.
What's the race? I don't have it. If we're not.
It looks like you're up.
It looks like I would say red is up.
Red's up. So
Yeah, I think I would take it.
I'm not confident.
I
I'm also not confident, but
I think I'd be more likely to take if I had hit him on the ace.
Yeah,
giving that
that's actually also what I'm
if threes
thinking.
are
I mean,
duplicated and you're not on the bar and you do have a 3-point
Yeah,
board.
but it's 3s, 5s, and 3s, 4s, and 5s that can
Yeah.
you've got enough in the
You
zone.
also have, if you are hit loose there somewhere, at least you have some decent
but I
playing
agree,
sixes
yeah,
coming in from the bar. And,
I agree. I agree on the take, but it's not. It's
not a
not
happy
one that
take.
it's not a happy take.
but I think it's a take. I would take this.
You're reluctant. You don't like it. I mean, it's something. If you play a way weaker opponent, you would not take this.
That's not
I
the
would
case
not.
here. That's not the case
No,
here.
that's not the case here. So that's.
I think often when you know something is a take and you end up dropping because you adjust, it's not something I normally do, but I know players who do, and when they drop something that they know is takes, it's probably sometimes a big blunder to drop it.
I don't know. I've spent years cultivating my
He
deep
passed it.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's right. Honestly, I don't know. I just think
I'm
I
not
would have taken
convinced.
it. I would have taken it. But,
I also tend to think it's a take, but I'm not convinced at all.
Well, also getting him to 5 away is not nearly as deadly as getting him to 2 away.
Yeah.
So you've got. I mean, so it's that
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing. It's like I'd rather give him the 1 point, get him even, so he needs an odd number to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right,
then
you're right. That's.
Yeah,
I mean, the
true.
gammon price is higher
it's you're gonna.
than normal. That's definitely true. And also you had that 3 checkers on the 2 point. That also means something.
Right.
That you
Yeah.
really.
You have one
didn't have a
ace
nice
that
position.
goes one place and it doesn't have a good cover. It's just not worth it.
do we know anything about how much time these guys spend on backgammon in a random week? How much do they practice to hone in their
I
game?
feel like Zednik does
Yeah,
a
I think
lot.
that's
I see him
maybe
on.
something you can ask after the match, or
Yeah.
something. I think that's interesting to know. How much time do they put into this game?
I think also Stenik is the one using a lot of time on that.
Of course.
Probably nearly full time.
Right.
That's
exactly.
my
Well,
feeling.
Yeah. I mean, but he's young, Look, the kid's got, that's what he's occupying his time with. I mean, he's one of the strongest young players we have. So it's, it's great to see kids that dedicated to the craft. But then again, it's like, come on, go outside.
Yeah.
go have some fun. You're a good-looking kid. Run around. Don't sit on the computer. Like anytime I look at,
I know you are 18 on the falafel scale.
when I looked
You can explain what that means later. But
yes, yeah, I did set the lowest bar on the falafel scale.
Have you noticed how their heart rates have come down a lot? Actually,
Yeah, Dagfin was kicking
And
around
maybe
103.
they've settled into the match more. Like I found the same when I played Orlovsky a couple of hours ago. That even though we got closer to the finish line, or I didn't get much closer.
But
I
settle and settle is still close to 100, right? So
Yeah, but at least it was like 125 earlier.
yeah,
in the
that
match.
was very high.
Somebody get a doctor on
And you
table
can't see
2.
it, you can't see it on them, so they look calm on the outside, but on the inside they're not calm.
I wonder what kind of music they're listening to.
We had that conversation. So it's funny. I respect Dagfin's choice of headphones way more than Zednik's because the Bose, it's they look slick, but the build themselves is not that powerful. Whereas the Bowers and Wilkins are a little more expensive, but they definitely sound better. 2-6 from the bar hitting, nice. So So it's a decent game for both right now. Double fours.
Getting some ground in the race.
Yeah. But you just had that checker sent back, so how much are you getting? Okay. Where is the fours?
Don't you think you make the 9 point?
Yeah.
And then maybe
I don't
you
know.
slot the 2 point.
You make the if you make the 9 point, it's like you're building the stuff for later. You're stripping off your mid.
Yeah, you are, but
I think I would move away from the 18 point.
I think I'd probably just run that the one on the 18 all the way.
all the way to the 6 point and stack it there.
I don't know, but I just
All right, so
I feel like with the last deuce, if we stay there, then there are a lot of double hitters for red.
then
well, you
again,
come
yeah,
in
you
with
do
the
get a
first-
little bit of trap for that one checker that's
Yeah.
on the 17.
I guess
Suppose
making
he
the
rolls
3 point
the
is also a play.
5-1.
Making the 3 point is also a play.
Well, this has
At least
teeth.
you have some more, your threat of return shots from the bar.
I like that
are more
because
potent.
yeah.
I
I'm
like
not
this
sure
play.
about the last one. If I would have slotted the 2 point and started that instead and just stayed back on the 24 point. You don't like the hit here.
I guess what are we are we double tigering here or what's happening?
That seems a little rough. I think maybe you just safe and hit. Because if you double tiger, you're going to have 4 loose checkers.
Yeah,
unless you do
maybe it's too
3.
big, but it's not like the other play is.
Safe, right?
If you double tiger, you definitely do it on the 4 and 5.
Right, yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to
maybe
do
you just safety the checker now and then.
I would also say normally when the opponent has a clear stronger board, you don't double tiger. That is at least what I've seen. Unless there's absolutely no other choice.
But then when you do this and he
I
rolls
don't,
that 2-6 from the bar,
If this
you
works,
just
then you
get
are
sick.
almost like winning the game, right? But if it doesn't work, it can blow up in your face. This is
I like that. That would be my play.
Yeah, it's not a bad play at all. Maybe it's best. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe then maybe if you're doing that, maybe then you just hit on the bar. So he's got those numbers that 2-6 and stuff that doesn't. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to unstack the
This
6
is
point.
also 20 hitters like the other one. So
Yeah.
And here you're not winning if it works.
By the way, the other hit would have been fine.
At least.
And here we are with the other hit.
Or maybe just one. I don't know what is the
No,
race.
I think
Does
No,
everybody have
it's-
the race?
you're behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we hit if we are behind.
Well, I don't know about the
I'm not
behind.
sure- I don't know.
You
I'm
get
not
that
sure
now.
about that either. But I think you will never be hit with 2. So
Right.
I think, and now you can have a chance to anchor. So I think it's fine to play that one.
Hey,
That's a
I
phenomenal.
think I hit
roll.
inside though. I
Yeah,
want
here
the
we hit on the
5.
5.
Yeah, now that I own his 5, I'm not as scared. Maybe I
It's actually because you just want to unstack the 6 point, right? So you just move to the 15 point here.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go and have something to eat as well. And you
Yeah, they may
enjoy
they may
the rest
ask.
of it.
There was a little issue downstairs. So. That's fine. Yeah. Daniel and I'll chat away.
Yeah, if he's not.
Oh, Costin also has free time after he eats because he just lost. So.
He lost.
Yeah. So, yeah, all of us are going down. Well, it gives us time to then critique other people
So spend
and
more money in the super jackpot.
yes, forget about our pain, their pain. All right. So there's the 4, 6. 6 is there's a couple 6s here, huh? Seems reasonable.
No reason to.
Oh, that's the fan that Zednik didn't want to do. So too easy to take here, and you've only got the 5s to hit on the ace.
Yeah, I think we need to consolidate. I would not cube this.
This does
There are
not-
not many threats here, really. And red is sure of having a lot of counterplay with that anchor. So, well, I don't know. He is on the bar.
He's on the bar. You've cleared a lot of stuff, but the problem is you've lost your 8 point. You now have those checkers on those 4 on the 13. It takes a minute to get those home.
I
So
think White's game plan must be to see if he can hit on the ace and to prevent Red from making another anchor.
Right.
It's also not so much fun to blitz with 8 guys in the zone and the other guy has a high anchor. So, but still, I think the plan should be to prevent him from making that deep anchor.
right, but do you want to be trying to do that when he's owning your 2 cube, or do you want to try and do that now? I think I'd wait. Yeah.
I think so too. Maybe bring in a little bit more ammunition and then see what happens.
Ugh, look at this 2-4. Well, oh no, that's fine actually. You make the bar and
I don't know about the deuce. I'm not particularly fond of the 18 here, really. I think we are looking to be flexible.
go 6-4. Be fans on the
I was
fans
thinking
again.
on moving off the 18 to the 16. That would be my play.
I don't know. Yeah, you take away the good 6, but you give a nice 4. Oh,
Like this one, for instance.
just saying. Yeah. All right, so return
here.
shot.
Okay. And we have to do it.
Now
Fine.
Zednik wants like a 2-1 or a 1x.
Yeah.
5-6.
Come out.
All right, now your race is huge for Dagfin. Maybe you do contemplate. You've got
Well, you're a
5s,
little bit
2s.
better now, I think.
Yeah, and you've got
Okay,
more
red
hitters.
is not on the bar, but yeah, I think you got to keep some time. You definitely have an advantage, so okay to spend it. So would we take this? I guess we would.
I would. I
I
mean,
would also take
I
it.
just have that bad
There's
habit.
a lot of play left here, so
Yeah.
we think it's good cube action from both parties.
5-4. Yep. To the bar?
Nah, I'm not so fond of that.
You wanna come out?
I'll just come down to the 10.
Okay.
I come down to the 10 here, and because then if he return hits, then I get direct return from the bar.
Look at this.
I don't do that. I don't get
Bink.
direct here.
Right.
But
All right.
yeah, now we can save the blobs. It's not a.
Are you making or lifting? Because if you make it, you're going to
I
have to
don't-
clear
I,
that.
I don't make it. I certainly don't make it. No, I'm not. I don't like that.
That's
I-
too many points.
It could be a blunder. I would definitely have played onto the to the 10 point, and then I would have had spares to play with, and I wouldn't have to deal with that point a couple of rolls down the.
Right, you have that. I mean, you have the builder on your opponent's 5. I mean, you have your extra blot on your opponent's 5 points, so you can run off real easily. He's got too much distance between those checkers. And that 6 is going to be a pain to clear. That 11 point is going to be a pain to clear. So
I'll just make the 3 point here. I don't see anything better.
yeah, I think the 3 point's fine. And now Dagfin with a 3-1 has to come up.
Yeah. Anything else is close. At least that is working on winning the game. Any other play would not improve White's position.
Right. Oh, that is probably not what you wanted.
But then again, the 5-1 back game is not too
No,
hard. So
it's
now
not.
We convert to a whole.
Oh, hello. Now you've got some numbers to make that 5-pointer. You're definitely hitting loose on it.
I would probably play to the 3 and to the 4. I would not expose another pot on the
I don't know if you do the 3 or the 4, then you're committed with your 5s. Oh, the 6-5 is. Oh, nice. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that.
Too many points. Dagfin has too many points right now.
Well, I guess he can make it now. It transposes.
Yeah, watch this. This is Zed. I feel like Zednik is making this 5 point. Oh, and certain small doubles. Oh,
That's not a good shot.
that is not a good shot.
Ooh, he can't even duplicate anything by hitting.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Yeah, you don't want to crack the prime, but you also don't want to
I
give
guess
3
you just,
blots.
I would just lift the 9 and then
Yeah.
that's my play. There's gonna be a lot more.
They're going to be returns.
There'll be more opportunities to hit later in this game when White needs to strip those outfield points, and and then we are ready by then. This is just a terrible shot. I feel like it can blow up in Red's face if he tries too much on this roll.
Yeah, especially you own that cube. You don't want to get too fancy here and leave 3 checkers, and then all of a sudden he comes in with something awkward, and you fan.
He may stay there. Maybe he's not rolling a high number. Well, he did in this case. But still, it's going to be extremely difficult for White to come home without
With free, right,
giving
exactly.
any shots. So,
all right, well, let's make the 5 point.
yeah. Make the 5, and then we can consider to remake the 7 or just play 6. That's the 3.
Yeah, yeah, this
I think this.
has
Why
to be.
not? Why not? Do
Right.
This is
Dagfinn doesn't roll safe here.
fine. Which he does.
Yeah.
It's a really, really nice shot.
Except now Zednek's board is going to be brilliant. Yep, here it is. Okay, Dagfinn's got a bit of ducking and weaving to do. 3-2. Looks like a dead checker.
Yeah, maybe just, I don't know.
Yeah, because you don't have your 8 point. Usually in this position, you have your 8 point,
Do
so
we
you
keep the
can.
spare on the 6 and just play 2 checkers from the 4 point, or is that too ugly?
That seems like too ugly.
It's gonna get ugly regardless. This most likely.
Right, but maybe you get to stall a little bit.
I don't know.
So then his board
do we need a super
opens.
strong board here? What's happening? I think we're just trying to come home and.
White doesn't care about their board. White just wants to clear these checkers.
Well, that argues for just doing what he's doing now.
Right.
So I think it's good to have a spare on the 6, and it can help him handle some rolls. You don't necessarily need a strong board because Red is not leaving a shot anytime soon. Red will play with the 3 outfield checkers on his own side of the board.
Yeah. Oh, here's
This
a
could be
dead
fine
checker.
as well, but I don't know.
I think I just slot the ace.
Yeah, because shots could be coming up now.
Shots are coming, and you want to keep that prime. Even if he comes in with a 1 next time after you hit, he's going to be stuck behind the prime.
Yeah.
And here's some clearing problems. Give him the 6s and 8s, or break the board.
This is just.
This is going to get... Yeah, I feel like this... You have to start making these moves and praying, because you're not... Breaking the 6 points just going to kill you.
At least you have a 4 point board, and there's a blot on the ace point for Red, and yeah.
You do this, and okay.
I don't know, this is coming.
Zednek, you can't be looking until he gets the shot.
Realizes that Red is so dangerous, or Dagfinn realizes that Red is already so dangerous that it's too high of a cost if he pays now. I don't think it's going to get any better for White.
Yeah, but White can roll that set, that kind of clearing.
Yeah. Did you notice how Stenik was just glancing at Dagfinn, maybe to see if he could pick up a tell or anything? I don't know.
Yeah, Dagfinn's.
know if
Zednek's pulse has gone up to 108. Dagfinn's kicking right around 100. So I don't like.
It seems to be the player who's winning or seeing some opportunities whose heart rate goes up.
Yeah, they're getting excited. So that makes perfect sense.
So now he's sensing blood, and his heart rate has gone up to 116.
I don't think you can cube yet, though. I don't think this is. I mean,
If White leaves a blot, then I guess.
are you too
depending on-
good? No. I mean,
No,
if
you're not too good, but
right. So you're cubing. So you don't. I don't think I want to give White the opportunity with a 4 cube to roll that like set of 4s, set of 5s, where you're just like, oh.
is White taking after he's exposed the blot? I'm not so sure. Because there'll be many shots and there'll be many repeaters and.
Right. So here, if he doesn't roll even numbers and the right even numbers, I feel like Zednek's cubing.
Yeah.
6-3.
So do we minimize by just clearing?
I think you clear the 20.
Nine.
I think you clear your mid now.
I don't know.
You're giving 6s and 8s. But I feel like you're getting doubled. Like you're getting doubled regardless. Even if you clear,
It's 16 shots.
even if you clear the 9 point and just give an ace shot,
Yeah,
those
that's 11. So it's just 5 extra by clearing the mid. So maybe it's worth an extra 5 shots. So I agree with you. Let's just clear the mid and close our eyes.
Okay, Ed O'Loughlin just walked in the background, and I'm just hoping he didn't get knocked out. Okay, he's sitting back down. Sorry, I've got money on this other game. So if you're looking in the upper corner behind Dagfinn, he is still playing Jurgen Olofsky, Ed O'Loughlin. So kind of interested in that score, but I'll have to go out after the break that will inevitably come. All right, 6-3. Yep. This has to be it, but I feel like this is a double.
Just went up a little bit now that Darkfin is looking at this play.
Yep. You give the ace, you're just not going to like it anyway.
It's not going to help you come home. I think you're right.
But the interesting thing is if Red now rolls a 6, he's exposing something. Yep. That he knew that was coming. So there's just too much return vig.
I would not be surprised if this is a draw.
Right. Well, and also just think about, okay, you get hit. Now when you try to come in with your 2, if it's not a 5 or a 6, you're exposing more checkers. Or you're making your board completely untenable.
I would be inclined to drop this, but I don't know. I don't know what's right, but I would drop it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, you know. I feel like a lot of people are just like, "Come on, it's only 11 numbers." But then it's like, yeah, except those other those other checkers are 5 and 7 away.
White hasn't won when you miss, right? And
right.
There's a million shots coming up in the next roll, so. And White has crunched his board, or even as a blot. So even if Red does not hit, then he'll just run from one of the anchors.
Yeah,
it's not going to be.
Okay,
he takes.
Okay,
so
here's
this
it's
could
big.
Be,
this is big.
This could be the final game, depending on what they roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stanek sees that it's okay to expose a blot out there. I guess he has to do it. It's more or less a force play.
Except double 3s.
Good shot. What do we do?
I feel like you make the bar. You just make the bar. You hit him, make the bar, and pray again. No! You have to save. You have to save one of these checkers. Yeah. Sorry. I definitely hit on the bar. And I lift 2.
You know what? It's if you hit on the bar and you lift the blot on the 6, it's only deuces that hit. So maybe that's an acceptable cost.
Right.
Yeah, this is also a play. I like it.
Yeah, but
it was played rather quickly.
Oh, and now.
Darkfin's pulse went up to 120, and Stenix is also up there, so big cube.
I don't know. You give him the 2-6 from the bar free shot. 4-5.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Not much threat here.
Now, I think the most important thing here is making that 8, because I want to see cracking numbers. Come out with the 3. Like the things that kill you here are like double 2s. So there's the 5, and I think this is the 3 out. I like this play. The double 2s is the only thing where you really need to be scared.
Yeah, and
the
he's
2
not, I don't know, 2-1. He's probably just gonna make the 2s points.
Right,
so
but look at how 2-4 plays, 2-3 plays.
Oh, look at Stenix's rate. His heart rate is 142 now. He's really.
Oh yeah, well, it's huge play. It's funny.
What's his maximum pulse? You know, it's amazing. You can get a pulse like that just sitting down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
2-5.
That's
2-5 is a great number. Great number for Dogfin. Except he still has a bunch of 6s, 1s, and 9s that hit.
Boom.
But okay, 6.
How about just playing to the 12 and just
I think
12.
Those
four fly shots and there's a blot on the other.
2-5, 2-6 suck, but 2-5, 2-6 you have the return on on your opponents too, but you really want the builders right. I'm fine with this. Don't slot it.
Stenek is
139, 138. Yeah.
And Darkfin is down to a calm 105.
Yeah, because right now Dogfin knows it's now just the dice. All he can do is roll. There's nothing, whereas Zednik doesn't want to make the one mistake that ends up costing him.
I guess if that is the maximum heart rate you can have when playing backgammon.
Yeah.
140.
Right. that's where we peak out. 140 is
he
the...
He is at a maximum pulse, I would bet. I doubt it's getting any higher than that, just sitting down. 140.
All right.
141.
All right, so where's the 2? Right. I feel like the 2 may be in, Because the 2-5 is such a stupid joker.
Yeah, he's really trying to go through all the numbers and be very careful because he realizes that it could be.
This is huge. This could be
You
an
know,
8-point game.
Yeah, it could. There are some. I would estimate if he can close out wide, then he will win 25% gammons. Is my guess, maybe 30%.
Right. I don't like. I like making his 6 bad here. I like coming in with a 2 or even coming into the 4. I don't want to switch here. Yeah.
No, leave that checker there and give him some. What does it gain?
2-1 and 2-5. That's what I would give. Do not do that. The 2-5 and 2-6
You only
just
gain
become
2-4 by staying.
Right.
You know. That's not so much. Maybe it's so little that maybe you just leave the checkers where they are on your side of the board, and then I guess you can move the. I agree with you on blocking 6s. So maybe we just play 6-5 and then to the 16 point or something.
I'm fine with going 7-4. You know, I feel like I got decent
I
distribution.
don't mind leaving it. I think it's an advantage having that blot there.
I don't want it to be the ace though. I don't want to move all the way off the 6. So where do we shift these checkers?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, they're getting into a little crunchy time. That 15-point match still.
Put some pressure on the outfield points, but it's only 2-4 that he gains something on. 1,
2. Now those checkers come in.
All in.
That was my phone giving the maximum
Just
attack.
go all in and give him 4 fly shots. Play for win.
Yeah.
Yes, give him 4 fly shots. You have 5 builders bearing on.
Yeah, you do have a very ugly double 6 though if he does come in.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take some risks, and white sport is allowing him to do so.
5-3.
I would probably. Ooh, should we slot here?
No, just come in.
Why not? Look.
Oh, that does look
You
okay.
can win the match here. This is the best way to close him out for sure, but maybe I don't know if it's too much of a risk.
This is playable.
Okay, this is a little bit. I don't know if that's right.
Stiff, but
Oh,
that 2-3. Look at how that 2-3 would have played. You would have had 2s, 7s, and some 10s.
16 return hits is what he would have had.
Yeah.
Plus something on his own side of the board, so maybe even 18.
I feel like there's a lot of numbers that he's going to slash with now, though, with these open
just
checkers.
hit loose and don't care about being hit. Yeah. So we hit here. White's only game plan here is the race, so we kill that.
Well, how far ahead are you right now, anyway?
I would just take it.
Yeah, you definitely need a checker off. It's not enough of a builder, and then sliding to the ace doesn't help you that much. But I mean, you're killing him on crossovers. Maybe the hit's not right. Maybe it's just rip. You take 2 checkers off.
Yeah, but you just don't wanna. If you can win a gammon, it's just worth
Right,
the
but
match.
now he's got more numbers that like the 2-5,
I like
the
this play.
2-6.
I would have made the same play as Stanek.
All right, well here, yeah, this has got to be.
Okay, so
is
just play
it
6-2. And
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
That's probably what I would do, and then.
Yeah, you can't think about ripping here because it's not effective enough, and you've also only got 1 checker off, so it really doesn't matter. This may be a little too ambitious. You're going to give 4 numbers.
We are down to very few gammons, in my opinion. And we leave a lot of blood numbers here, so maybe.
Right. Why give the 6-1, 5-1, 4-1 in every set?
Yeah, obviously because he's trying to win a G, but maybe that was. I don't know. Maybe it was too aggressive.
Yeah, G wins this match.
Yeah, it does.
So
there goes the G.
Yeah. Well, Zednik has.
So the pulses are going down now that. The
everything's
G
calm.
Is gone.
Okay, but let's see what happens to the pulse rate if a set is rolled.
Yeah, or if
you need a
roll 2-1-2-1 or something.
What did you say? The 2-1. So a set here.
And
3s are better. Okay. Or just a little flunky number by Dagfin, and then you're gonna Okay, 6.
So
Slot the 5.
Yeah, that leaves you bad double 2, and if you come closer, it's only the double 5 that doesn't work. So I think this is better.
You think? No, not the bad double 2, because you get the set, right?
The double 5 doesn't take anything off here.
Right.
And as far as I can see, it's the only player that doesn't do that. The other play, slotting the 5 would have left it
2-1.
bad 2-1.
Too
So I
bad
think he made the right play.
Okay, so that could have been the end of Dagfin. I think he wants another break. Yeah, I need a second. I need to check my pulse rate at 115. Oh, that's so funny. So now they're off the table, and Dagfin's pulse has gone up to 120. So he's now just reeling from that last game. All right, so we are on break here, and we will be back shortly.
každou darmovací pozici poprvé vyfocit. No jo, ale my to můžeme si říct teď hned.
You guys can start whenever.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll go in. Just Okay, the red rope has been reestablished. Dagfin setting his playlist up. It's a 5 away, 3 away. Zednek was trying for the gammon that would have won the game with the 4 cube, but only won the 4 points. So right now we are eagerly anticipating the resumption of this game. Chris Rogers just won his match, which was our other stream. So right now the headphones are on, the board's being set up. We're ready to play some backgammon. So both players have just 3:40 exactly. They have the exact amount of time left. 3:46 on their clocks. Oh no, 3:54 for Dagfin. He had a little time bank that wasn't registered from the last game. So Zednek starts with 4 point. Good place to be. Running out. Dagfin's looking for a 4 here, looking to anchor and hit. Ooh, double 5s. He's got a little bit of a blitz going. If there's a dance here, there is not. But you do have checkers that are now very available for hitting. Double 5s is a horrible roll this time for Dagfin. He already made the points he needed with him. This is a great roll for Dagfin. 6-3, hitting twice if Zednek doesn't come in with at least a 4. Oh, double 5s, maybe better than the double 4s, because now Dagfin's about to get his checker put up. Yeah, this is definitely the play. Zednek has the high anchor and the same strength board. So, okay, well, Dagfin's made his board a little bit stronger. Dagfin is hoping against, oh, here's the 1 and the 4. Okay, yeah, you don't want to double hit here because you want the 5 point way more. However, Dagfin responded, and now Zednek has to be careful. Okay. Dagfin wants the 4 anchor more than anything else. 6-1. You can safe that checker. I don't think the hit's right. I think safing the checker. He's got a lot of work to do. Zednek does. 4-1. Okay. So there are a couple awkward numbers for Dagfin right now. 6-3 is not one of them. Zednek needs to roll that 10 or that 3. Keep the tempo going. 4-2. All right. Dagfin's probably not going to have a cube for a while unless he can get... Oh, that is a rough number. It makes the bar, but it keeps that 3 shot still available and the 10 shot. And the 10 shot it is. There's 2. That's probably it. And now you have a couple numbers. Pulse rates are fairly steady, fairly easy. Ooh, this 1-2. The 2's not good. It's going to expose another checker. So now he has to figure out if he wants to give... I don't know if you break the prime. I think you do this. Just give an ace. He still needs a combination of a 3x to get out. 3-5 is a number that can come up. Yeah, this seems like the play. Except if you do this, you have to realize that Dagfin's going to be hitting with 6s and 5s. And he's got a 4-3, 4-5. That's really nice. 5-3. Okay. doesn't feel like you should be stacking it. So I think I'd come into the 6 and then come down. Slotting, this is great if you can get away with it, but the problem is you're also going to get hit with a lot of random numbers. The 7s, the 8s, not the 9. Oh, the 9, pardon me. Yeah, you have to hit with the 9. You can't afford to let him roll that 6 and full prime you. So 5-4. 5 is nice. 4 out, probably. So Zednik needs a 4 or a 3 now, desperately. The 3 would be better than the 4. Double 5s is not good enough. This is going to be a double drop right after this. Yep, here comes the cube, and Zednik really can't afford to be stuck behind this prime. Yep, and also the clock, the timing's getting. I mean, yeah, you only have it's a 4 away, 3 away, so that should be plenty of time. 3:26, but occasionally you'll get stuck into a backgammon and you really have to do a bit of thinking. You can end up in a lot of trouble. So here we are. Zednik clinging to his 1-point lead. Pausing the clock. Zednik, ever a gentleman. I don't know if you can see this at home, but we're also looking at, we get to see the players live too, and so you see the mannerisms and the things they're doing, and it's really nice that, I don't know about this. You've duplicated the 6s, but. All right, Dagfin, you know the play. You don't have to like it, you just have to do it. You make the 3 and you make the ace. And Zednik doesn't roll the 4 or the 5. You probably have a really strong cube. If he happens to roll the double 4s, your cube has just kind of gone out the window. 2. I don't know if I'd give up the anchor here. This is a lot of return shots, and Zednik doesn't have the stronger board. And choices. The hit looks good, but making that 5-point when he's got 3 blots is good. All right. Dagfin's taking a chance that Zednik can dance, and Zednik did. So now this is a cube. And it's not the easiest of takes. You have 3 loose checkers, 2 loose checkers and 1 in the air. So chances are you're getting hit with 5s. You're getting hit with 5s, 3s. He's making the 5-point with a 6 and an 8. So you really don't like the game. You don't want to give up a point here, but you also don't want to lose 4. And you lose 4, you lose the match. So Zednik's going to take a minute to think about it. This looks like a pass. There's just too much strength. There's stuff in the zone pointing. Oh, Zednik took. So now it's all up to Dagfin. 6-1. This is interesting. Instinctively, you'd make the 5 and then just split. But now you really don't have those builders to attack the 4. All right. So if Zednik can get that anchor, it stops a lot of the gammons. 5-6. Hits on the 2 or makes the point. Makes his Zednik's bar point. Yeah, this is probably the theory because you still have those loose checkers. Dagfin really is wanting to get that other checker in the air. He rolls a 2 or a 7. Or an 11 covers, so Zednik now needs a 4 desperately. Oh. Well, if a 2 or a 7 gets... All right. I'd probably make the bar here. I mean, you want to bring more wood into the fight, but as soon as he gets the anchor, you're going to have a lot of cleaning up and really fast to do it. Okay. Zednik desperately needs the 4. Oh, cocked. So here we are. Pulse rate is 112. 4-2. Huge. huge number. Not only coming in and anchoring, but hitting. As long as and fanning. So now all of a sudden, Zednik, 6-1. That's the 6. Okay, if you slide over, nothing can hit you. Yes. Double 5s doesn't hit, double 3s doesn't hit. It has to be this. This is not right. You're bearing on that, but now you give a double 5. That's a horror show. He still has a 5-point board. Okay. But Zednik gets away with it. Double 3s. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. Now all of a sudden from Dagfin owning this. All right. And that last 2 is going to break his board. And now Zednik doesn't have a lot to fear. 4. Ugh, that may not be the best. Some 2-1, some little numbers. However, 5-4. Yep. And now it's a slash away and try and get the other checkers up. 2, 1. Yep. You can control the outfield. You're going to try. You're not going to let him anchor that. You're probably going to slash with a 5 because you want those checkers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. You have a full prime and you just have a target-rich environment. So here you are. You don't even need to close it. You don't even need to close it right now because you want to hit the 3 and the 5. Yep. Zednik's feeling it. You can see the confidence. Dagfin's pulse has gone up to 112. Zednik's is running high, but Zednik's a young kid and they tend to run high anyway. All right. So Dagfin needs to come in pretty soon. Zednik is going to close now. Yeah, there's no profit in holding it anymore. You may as well close it. Oh, I don't know. He's hoping for that 1. Okay, so Zednik does have the shots. All right, he wants the 3 desperately. 3-2, perfect number. He hits twice. Dagfin is on the ropes. He's going to have 6 checkers back regardless of if he rolls in well. Zednik will try to avoid him having that ace. Yep. So it's going to take several sets of miracle rolls for Dagfin to even save the gammon, let alone save the game. 5-4. Okay. Yep, that's okay. You're going to try and remake the bar. It won't really hurt you. All right. I just closed this. Yeah, it's only 2-5, and then he's only got a 2-point board. You just want to hold this. All right, if you roll the 6, you obviously make the bar. Make the bar, and then come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did he play 5 of them? Looked like 5. All right, 2. That was why you kind of hold the bar, because now he has a 5 out, and I don't want him having any of his checkers out. Okay. Zednik's feeling very confident. The gammons are pretty high right here. That's 2, 3. I don't know. I think you come closer with that. I'd want to be getting some direct shots at him. What are you doing, Zednik? Oh, he's wanting to hit that. He's wanting to hit one of those checkers, but he should have moved the 2 the other time. So Zednik is hoping to roll a 2, so now he can start bearing off while one of the checkers is in the air. And it worked out. 2-5. Okay, so here we are. Dagfin's definitely got some problems. Zednik's ripping with abandon because, he's not afraid of the board. Only numbers that get him in trouble are 6s, 5s, and double 4s. Double 1s. Okay, Zednik. Yep. All right. Confidently moving past 2-5. All right. Dagfin definitely needs a shot. He does not save this gammon without the shot. So, yep, 3. All right, so Zednik, if he can avoid the shot here. Oh, he did. So now Dagfin needs Zednik to roll like a 5-2, 4-2. I don't know if you should get rid of all those. You really need that extra checker on the 2. 3-1. Okay. So Dagfin will have an ace shot maybe to save. 2. You may as well just make the point. If you don't hit this shot, you're not getting it anyway. I don't think you're going to save Dagfin even if you do this. Okay, Dagfin doesn't roll the ace. This game will be over unless Zednik rolls. All right, so sometimes you have to pray for this. The double 1s, which still takes off 3 checkers. Yeah, that's it. And that's the match. All right. Well fought. Gammoned on your own cube for the match. It's always painful. So, but both are fierce competitors and both excellent players. So that's it for this match, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.